So, we looked at most of the new Priest cards. Which ones haven't we talked about yet? Razor the Chained. We haven't talked about this guy. 5 and a 5/5. Battlecry. If your deck has no duplicates, your hero power costs 0 this game. So, in a Reno Priest, which I don't like the idea of, actually. I actually don't like the idea of them trying to encourage Reno Priest. I would much rather see Reno... Reno decks be encouraged for classes that don't have much healing. Like, Priest already has loads of healing. I don't want to play Reno Priest. Like, I want to play other kinds of Priest. I'd much rather see Reno encouraged in classes that don't have much healing. Like Rogue or Hunter or something like that. Rogue, basically. But yeah, I mean, this card is obviously really good. Getting a 0 mana hero, 0 mana heal whenever you like. This card is bonkers. So maybe Reno Priest could be a thing. Using your hero power for free for the rest of the game is really nuts. So like, you're probably going to be playing Justicar as well in like a Reno Priest. And then you can have a free heal 4 health for free every turn. Like, that's absolutely insane. Like, the fact that you can use it on your face or minions as well, because you can get so much value out of your hero power by using it on minions. So, yeah, this card is bonkers, really. Like, it's very, very strong. Obviously, it's going to be in a control deck, like a slow control Reno Priest. Talked about all the others. Oh, not Mana Geode. 2 mana, 2/3. Whenever this minion is healed, summon 2/2 crystal. Yeah, so one of Priest's obvious issues is they don't have many early game minions. So this is an early game minion for Priest. But you play this on turn 2, and it's just a 2 mana, 2/3. So, on turn 2, it's not actually very good. Like, this card could be good if you, I mean, if you heal it once, you get great value out. If you end up getting 1/2/2 from this, it's really good. So, if you can heal it once, it's great. But for it to heal it, it has to take damage, so you'll have to play it and then trade into something and then heal it again. Like, it's probably going to be really good. It'll probably be good against really aggressive decks where... So, like, your opponent plays their 1-drop, such as... What's a common 1-drop? I don't know. Tunnel Trog. And then you coin out your Mana Geode, and then they play their Totem Golem, hit face with their Tunnel Trog, and then you can trade into their Tunnel Trog and heal your Mana Geode, and then you get a 2/2. Like, that situation, like, it's actually good. But... is it good enough to play in the deck? Like, to be honest, like, in that situation, you'd rather just be using, like, Shadowed Pain or something. Oh, it's a really weird one. It's a really weird one. I feel like it's only good when your opponent is... You have something to trade into, which... Oh, I might be a bit wrong there. Like, it might be good enough to play, to be honest. Because it's simple. There's a lot of 2 mana, 2/3. It's a 2 mana, 2/3 that your opponent has to kill. Like, they can't just ignore it. It's very weak to Totem Golem, obviously. They coin Totem Golem, and you're like, oh, shit, I can't play my Mana Geode. But, I think this card's okay. I have no idea what kind of Priest you're going to be playing this in. Like, what on earth kind of Priest? Like, you'd play this in a Reno Priest, sure. Like, I think it's good enough to be played in a Reno Priest. Obviously, like, with Priest, you have lots of health buffs. So if you play this on turn 2 and it survives, and then you can play the 3 mana Cabal Talon Priest. Like, one bad thing about this card is that Priest never really has anything on the board on turn 3. So it's actually hard to get the battle cry off on turn 3 because you're not going to have anything on the board. This is something to play before that. So I think it's okay. Like, I think this card is okay. It's not amazing. Like, it's definitely not amazing, but it could be pretty good against aggressive decks, where they feel they have to kill it, because if they don't kill it, you're going to get trades you want to make, and then they're going to heal it up and get a free 2/2, which can trade into even more stuff. So, against very aggressive decks, I think this card is good. Against control or mid-rangey decks, not so good. I mean, some mid-rangey decks would be okay against, but... It's hard for me to think of a deck where you're going to be playing 2 of this card. like in a Reno deck, I'd play this. In a Dragon Priest, I don't think you're going to play this. Well, you're not going to play this. In a Control-y Priest, probably wouldn't play this. Maybe would give it a chance. It's hard. Yeah. So, I mean, what I think about this card is that there's situations where it can be very good, but most of the time I don't think it's going to be very good. It's basically how I feel about that card. Okay, what cards haven't I spoke about of Rogue? I haven't talked about this guy, Shaku the Collector. 3 mana 2/3 with Stealth. Whenever this attacks, add a random card to your hand from your opponent's class. So, it's obviously weak stats, but then that's the whole point of Burgle Rogue. Like, Burgle is basically... a fairly high value rogue deck, and you're having weak plays and then gaining your tempo back when you play Ethereal Peddler and get loads of things reduced by 2. So, like, Burgle is very slow. 3 mana, add 2 cards to your hand. This isn't as slow as Burgle because you're playing a minion as well. You can, like, trade into something. Obviously, you're only getting 1 card, but then when it gets reduced by the Ethereal Peddler, that's when it becomes good. So, like, you would play this in a Burgle Rogue deck. If you're playing a Burgle Rogue, you would play this card. Are you going to play this in any other kind of Rogue deck? I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, this card is specifically for Burgle Rogue. I can't see it in anything else. But it's okay in Burgle Rogue. It's not terrible. Like, in Burgle Rogue, you're happy playing this card. Because Ethereal Peddler is really, really strong. Like, you would play this card just because of Ethereal Peddler. Yeah. But outside of Burgle Rogue, like, I don't think you're going to be playing this card. Okay, Jade Shuriken, another Jade Lotus card. 2 mana, deal 2 damage, combo, summon a Jade Golem. Really good card. Really good card. So... say most of the time, it's an early game card. You're probably gonna be summoning a 1/1 Jade Golem. So this in a Jade Golem Rogue deck, this is probably the first Jade Golem you're summoning. So it's probably gonna be mostly like deal 2 damage and summon a 1/1. So 2 mana for a 1/1 that deals 2 damage. It's pretty good. I might even say very good. Very good. Might even say very good. Say your opponent is playing like Zoo, they play Dark Peddler turn 2, you... The combo thing is... it's a combo though, so you can't just like do it for 2 damage. I mean, you can do sometimes. Like, sometimes you probably will have to use it without the combo. But it's a really good card. There's no doubt about that. In a Jade Golem deck, you're definitely going to be playing 2 of these. Like, maybe, like, Zoo goes turn 1 Flame Imp, turn 2 Peddler, you do, like, backstab Jade Shuriken on turn 2, and then kill them both, and summon a 1/1 Jade Golem. And then you coin out, your... On turn 3, you coin out your... Where is it? Jade Spirit, and get a 4 mana 2/3 and 2/2. And then from then on, all your Jade Golems are really good, because they're, like, the next one will be a 3/3, then you get 4/4, so... Yeah, I think Jade Golem Rogue could be interesting as well. Yeah, I think this card's great. Okay, the Shaman card, 4 mana, Jade Lightning, deal 4 damage, summon a Jade Golem. So, once again, it's okay. Like, we don't need Shaman getting any stupidly powerful cards though, that's for sure. I think this is definitely weaker than the Shuriken. Weaker than the Jade Shuriken. But in a Jade Golem Shaman... Like, I feel like in a Jade Golem Shaman... In a Jade Golem any deck, you're just forced to play all the Jade Golem cards, no matter how weak or strong they are. Like, this card is obviously not very good. But at the same time, 4 damage... Like, Your opponent plays Flamewaker, it kills that, it kills Frothing Berserker, it kills a Zerdrake, it kills Totem Golem. Like, 4 damage for 4 mana is slow, but you are getting the Jade Golem, which is, like, whenever you summon a Jade Golem, it's like investing in the future. It's like, okay, I'm getting a weak Jade Golem now, the next one's going to be stronger, the next one after that's going to be stronger, like... So it is the style of card you're going to want in a Jade Golem Shaman. Like, a Jade Golem Shaman is going to be a very control-y, late-game Shaman deck. So it's reactive and slow. So, yeah, I think this card's okay. I don't think this card is amazing, but I think it's okay. And in a, like, control-y, Jade Golem-y Shaman deck, I think you'd play this card. Fellfire Potion. 6 mana, deals 5 damage to all characters. Just like a Hellfire, but 2 extra mana, does 2 extra damage. I think it's good. Amazing against Shaman. Like, Shaman has their things from below, their Totem Golems, their Azurdrakes. Like, Hellfire is good against Shaman, but there are lots of minions that Hellfire doesn't kill. Fellfire for Potion will just be the card for when the board is completely out of control. And I mean, the fact that it can be used to finish off your opponent as well, 5 damage to kill your opponent is okay. But yeah, against Shaman, this card is amazing. Against anything that floods the board, it's amazing against Zoo as well. Yeah, I think this card's great. Really strong. In a Reno lock, you're going to be playing this card. 5 damage to your own face is the issue. Like, one issue with like a control Warlock deck is the lack of healing. Like, there is not much strong healing in Warlock right now. Like, Reno is literally the only good healing card. Other than that, you have to play, like, Jiraxxus or, like, Earthen Ring Farseer, which are, like... Like, Farseer is very little healing, and Jiraxxus is really slow. So... There is definitely downsides to this card, but it is... Like, you're definitely going to be playing it in Arena Lock, I think. Okay, Abyssal Enforcer, 7 mana 6/6 demon, battlecry, deal 3 damage to all of the characters. I think this card's really good. Like, it's kind of similar in a way to... I consider it similar to Inkmaster Solia, where... where one of the issues with AoEs is that you clear the board, but then you don't develop anything yourself, and so your opponent just builds up the board again. It's clearing the board and developing a threat. So I think this card's nuts. Like, I really like the clearing the board while developing a threat kind of thing. It's really good against mid-range Shaman. Good against anything that constantly floods the board, because you're not... Like, you're making yourself... from going from being reactive to being proactive, and then suddenly you can start putting stuff on the board instead of having to clear the board, then they build it again, then you clear it again. Like, it's... Yeah, I really, really like this card. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Reno Lock for sure. Is there going to be a demon deck? Probably not. Because all the demons just hurt yourself and you're going to end up just killing yourself. But, like, this card, though, Blood Fury Potion, is actually really good. 3 mana, give a minion +3 attack if it's a demon, also give it +3 health. So, 3 mana, give a demon +3/+3 is really, really good. Imagine you coin Imp Gang Boss, and then you use this on Imp Gang Boss, and suddenly you have a 5/7 Imp Gang Boss? A 5/7 Imp Gang Boss, which is, like, ridiculous. You can trade into so many things, you can just get 1/1s from it really easily. So, this card... I mean, on Imp Gang Boss in particular, this card is nuts. Obviously, just giving +3/+3 to a demon is also good. So... Yeah, I think this card is... To be fair, it's nice that it has the versatility, though. It's not like... Like, if you say you don't have a demon on board, it can still do something. Like, you can still give a minion... Even though it's weak to just give a minion 3 attack... It's not completely useless if you have no demons. Like, you can just use it on a normal minion, just give a minion 3 attack, which I think isn't something that's, like, nice about it. So it's like, even if you don't have a demon, you're going to be doing something weak, but it can still do something. It's not, yeah. I do like this card. In a Reno Lock deck, would you play this, though? Because in a Reno Lock, like, you're generally... a control deck, and so you're not going to have the board a lot of the time. So on turn 3, you're probably not going to be able to play this card. I don't know. Would this card be played in Zoo? Again, I kind of feel like maybe, like in a Zoo deck, you have board control a lot of the time. Maybe one of. I do like this card. I might play this in Zoo. I mean, your 3 drops in Zoo are just better though, so I'm not sure. I do think this card's good though. Yeah. 4 mana 4/2 Murloc, Sea Devil Stinger. Battle Cry, the next Murloc you play this turn costs health instead of mana. So 4 mana 4/2 is obviously terrible, but Murlocs are always understated, and the next Murloc you play costs health. So say you're going to be playing what's a good Murloc to play? War Leader. So War Leader, the 3 mana 3/3. You play this for 4 mana. You get a 4 mana 4/2, and then you play your 3 mana War Leader. It's a 3/3. And then this gets buffed by the War Leader to a 6/3. So for 4 mana, you have a 6/3 and a 3/3, which is really, really strong. You're taking 3 damage, but that doesn't really matter because you're going to be ahead on the board. You're being aggressive. So in a Murloc Warlock deck, this card is actually pretty good. You can also use it with the 3 mana 2/3 that gives all your Murlocs +2 health. That's also good. Like, if you're using this on something that costs 2 mana, it's not so good. Like, on 4 mana, you play the 4/2, and then you play, like, Bluegill. It's okay, but you really want to be using it with, like, one of the 3 mana Murlocs. That's for sure. So, like, in a Murloc Warlock, I think you play this card, but I don't think Murloc Warlock is good enough, and yeah, I don't think Murloc Warlock's good enough. I do like that you can play this with a 3-drop though, but it's probably still just not good enough to make Murloc Warlock a thing. Okay, Warrior. Warrior is the class I'm like... At the moment, I'm, like, really confused about. I'm kind of like, I don't really like any of the cards. Like, I like this card. 3 mana 3/3, Grind Street Pawnbroker, Battlecry, give a random weapon in your hand. I think this card's really good. In multiple types of warrior. Like, you use this in an aggressive warrior, you give, like, an Arcanite Reaper +1/+1, that's nuts. Use it on a deck and give Gorehowl +1/+1, that's nuts. Like, in a control deck. Would you play in a control deck though? I don't know. Maybe not. In a mid-range warrior probably, but you probably need more weapons. Like only playing like Fiery Warx and like 1 or 2 Arcanite Reapers might not be enough to use this. It's a great card though. Brass Knuckles, another weapon, 4 mana 2/3. Gives after your hero pack, give a random minion in your hand +1/+1. I don't think this card's that good. I don't think this card's that good. Like, obviously, this card, the Ali Armorsmith, 5 mana 2/7, is great to give the buff to. Like, this card's really good. It's, like, it's super, like, defensive. Like, it's a high health taunt that's also giving you armor. So I do think, I think this card is strong. I do think this card's strong. But I'm not sold on Brass Knuckles. Not sold on Brass Knuckles. I mean, one thing you have to bear in mind is that you could end up playing Patrons. You could end up buffing Patrons, get like 4/4 or 5/5 Patron, and then like do shit like that, but I don't know. Stolen Goods, 2 mana, give a random taunt minion in your hand +3/+3. So this is, once again, encouraging Bolster Warrior. I mean, giving a minion in your hand +3/+3 for 2 mana is really good. A taunt minion as well. Like, there's some good taunt minions in Warrior. Fierce Monkey, 3 mana 3/4, and Bloodhoof Brave, 4 mana 2/6 with the Enrage effect. Are both really strong cards. So if this was going to be played, like, you'd probably play this as some kind of mid-rangey, bolstery warrior, but Yeah, it's good. It is good. But can I see Bolster Warrior being a thing? No, I can't. Grimy Gadgeteer. 4-mana 4/3. At the end of your turn, give a random minion in your hand +2/+2. This effect is really good. At the end of your turn as well, so your opponent has to kill this. So you're definitely getting 6/5 worth of stats from this. Well, as long as you have a minion in your hand. Like, say you play the Grimy Gadgeteer, at the end of your turn it buffs the Ally Armor Smith, and then the Ally Armor Smith is suddenly a 5-mana 4/9 taunt. A 5-mana 4/9 taunt that gains armor when it deals damage. It's, like, insane. So, like, this card is really insane. If the kind of Grimy Goons Warrior ever became a thing, this would really be one of the main reasons. This card is just really good. But yeah, what else do you want? What else do you want to buff right now? It's pretty cool if you buff Patron. This is amazing to buff. I mean, taunts are always good to buff. Like, it probably would be a, like, bolstery kind of warrior. Like a bolster warrior. A bolster Grimy Goons warrior. It probably would be that kind of... It'd be like a mid-rangey deck with, like, lots of minions, like, taunt minions. And then, like, you want to buff them all. But, yeah. I think Grimy Gadgeteer is significantly better than Brass Knuckles. Okay, that's how I feel about Warrior. On to neutral cards. Oh god, here we go. I'll start at the bottom. I've discussed these. Okay, Toxic Sewer Ooze. 3-mana 4/3. Battlecry, remove 1 durability from your opponent's weapon. So it's similar to Bloodsail Corsair or Acidic Swamp Ooze or Harrison. To be honest, I think this card is okay, but I would rather just play Acidic Swamp Ooze. Acidic Swamp Ooze, 1 mana cheaper, you get -1/-1 stats, but you destroy the weapon for good. So this card isn't very good against things like Doomhammer, or if your opponent has like a Spirit Claws and they haven't attacked with it yet, or they've only attacked once. Like, I think I'd rather just play Acidic Swamp Ooze than this card. I don't think this card... Like, I think this card is okay. Like, I think this card's better than Bloodsail Corsair. But I would rather play Acidic Swamp Ooze. I mean, unless you're going for, like, a completely anti-weapon deck, and you play, like, 2 Acidic Swamp Ooze, 2 Toxic Sewer Ooze, and Harrison Jones, that kind of thing. Like, and you go for the full countering weapons kind of deck, maybe. But, yeah, I think Acidic Swamp Ooze is better than this card. Hired Gun, 3-mana 4/3 taunt. Pretty average card. Not much to say about it. Obviously weaker than a 3-mana 3/4 taunt, because you want taunts to have high health. But it's not terrible. Like, it's not terrible. Like, you play this on turn 3, opponent plays Tomb Pillager, and they're like, oh, they have to have like a backstab or something and kill it. Yeah. Just a fairly average card that's probably going to be pretty good in Arena. Like, this is probably pretty good in Arena. But in Constructed, I can't see this being played. Backstreet Leper. 3-mana 3/1, Death Rattle deals 2 damage to the enemy hero. So it's kind of like a super terrible Leper Gnome. Well, old Leper Gnome, not new Leper Gnome. Yeah, I don't think this card is very good. A 3-mana 3/1 is bad. Deal 2 damage to the enemy hero is... yeah. I think this card's pretty bad. That's all I have to say about that. Tenaris Hog Chopper. 4-mana 4/4. Battlecry, if your opponent's hand is empty, gain charge. Yeah. I mean, it's very rare that your opponent's hand is going to be empty. Extremely rare. Maybe you could... it's just... It's just going to be a 4-mana 4/4 99% of the time. So, it's not very good. Four mana 6/3 Worgen Greaser. So it's kind of cool stats for a 4-drop, but I mean, realistically, I think you'd rather have a 5/4 than a 6/3. Like, the difference between 3 and 4 health is way bigger than the difference between 5 or 6 attack. Like 3 health dies to like Quick Shot, Frostbolt, Flame Imp. Like anything that does 3 damage or has 3 attack. Yeah. Like I think a 5/4 is just better than a 6/3. So I think this card is... Like in Arena, for example, I think you'd rather pick a 5/4 than this. Oh, I've talked about this card. Hosen Healer. 4 mana 2/6 Battle Cry, restore a minion to full health. Like this card could actually be interesting in Priest. Like you play Injured Blade Master on 3 and then play this on 4. That's really good. Like it's really good with Injured Blade Master. It's also really good with what's it called? Let me find it. Fell Orc Soul Fiend, where at the end of its turn it deals damage to itself. Like, I'm really excited to try, like, in some kind of Inner Fire Priest with, like, Fell Orc Soul Fiend, Injured Blade Master. I would use Hosen Healer, probably. So, yeah, I actually really like this card in Priest. I'm not sure about anything other than Priest. I don't know. I mean, in a mid-rangey deck where you're having ball control and you're making trades, even if you heal a minion for, like, 3 health. Like, that's pretty good. Yeah. Priest. Definitely going to be trying this card. Crook Fu Master. 5 mana 3/5 with Wind Fury. Yeah, just another kind of... I'm not going to play this card. It's very average. Well, probably worse than average. It's just bad. Yeah, it's just pretty bad. Like, it's just, like, Wind Fury minions, the thing about Wind Fury minions is they get killed off so easily. Like, you play this, your opponent plays Stranglethorn Tiger, and then they trade their 5/5 into your 3/5, and then you just get wrecked. Yeah, so I don't like this card, I think it's pretty bad. Big Time Actor, talked about that card. Backroom Bouncer. 4 mana 4/4. Whenever a friendly minion dies, gain +1 attack. Yeah, just very average. Not much to say about this. Not going to play this card in Constructed. In Arena, maybe it's okay. But I feel like this card seems very similar to Volcanic Drake. Like, if 2 minions trade into each other and both kill each other, Volcanic Drake becomes 4 mana. This will... You play this, and then it becomes a 6/4. But I think I'd rather play Volcanic Drake than this card in almost any deck. Spiked Hog Rider. 5 mana, 5/5 Battle Cry. If an enemy minion has taunt, gain charge. I mean, I think it's better than the 4/4 one. Like, your opponent is more likely to have a minion with taunt than they are to have no cards in their hand, I think. But once again, I can't see this card being that great. Unless the new meta becomes Bolster Warrior. I mean, to be honest, like, the more I think about it, almost all decks have Taunt. Like, Shamans have Feral Spirits and Think from Blows and Taunt Totems. Almost every control deck is going to have some kind of Taunt. Druids have lots of Taunts. Like, maybe this isn't that terrible. I mean, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Definitely a lot better than the 4/4 Hog. Doppelgangster. Now, this card is going to be nuts. 5 mana 2/2, Battlecry summon 2 copies of this minion. This card is going to be amazing with all of the Grimy Goon stuff. With all these things that buff cards in your hand. Grime Street Smuggler, Don Han Cho, maybe. With the kind of Grime Street Outfitter, Smuggler's Run, Grime Street Enforcer, the Hunter ones as well, like Trog Beast Rager. Oh wait, no, it only gives a beast, okay, forget that one. Shady Zip Gunner. Yeah, I think Doppelgangster is going to be great in all these grimy goons. It's definitely a grimy goons card. Yeah, this card is definitely going to see quite a bit of play in some grimy goons decks. Yeah. Looking forward to this card. Bomb Squad. 5 mana 2/2, deal 5 damage to an enemy minion. Death Rattle, deal 5 damage to your hero. So, like, you can consider it to like Bomb. The old Bomb Lobber was a 5 mana 3/3 that deals 4 damage to random minion. Like, that card is pretty good. It's not amazing, but it's actually decent. And it would actually be probably really good in the current meta. It kills so many common minions. It kills a Zerdrake. So your opponent plays a Zerdrake, then you play Bomb Lobber. Kills Totem Golems, kills, well, anything with 4 health or below. This does 5 damage, so it kills an even wider range of things. It kills Fandral, Violet Teacher's Thing from Belows. And you get to choose what minion it hits. Like, that is a big deal. Yeah, you get to choose what minion it hits. Like, when I first looked at this card, I thought it was terrible. But the more I think about it, the more I think it's actually not terrible. Like, I don't think it's amazing, but I think it's okay. Like, you're removing an enemy minion while developing a minion yourself. The downside is that it deals 5 damage to your own hero. I mean, you can play it and then Shadow Step it, and then play it again. Oh, I don't know. Definitely gonna try this card out a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna be that good. I don't have high hopes for it. Dirty Rat. Now this card is really cool. 2 mana, 2/6, Taunt. Battle Cry, your opponent summons a random minion from their hand. So instantly you compare it to Deathlord. Deathlord, the 3 mana, 2/8, that also has the downside of when it dies, it brings a minion out of your opponent's deck. The thing about Deathlord is that you played around its negative effect. So you did everything you could to keep that Deathlord alive. Like, you'd keep healing it, you'd keep buffing it with, like, powered shields and stuff. So a lot of games, like, the Deathlord wouldn't die. And so you wouldn't even see the negative effect happen. Like, it wouldn't, or it would, your opponent would have to invest so much into killing the Deathlord, then it wouldn't even matter that much that they pull a minion, unless it's something insane like Tyrion. Whereas this one, you're instantly pulling the minion. So it's not like, I mean, pulling from their hand is better than pulling from their deck in most cases, because you're thinning their hand, you're giving them less options. So, like, say they have a 3 mana minion they want to play next turn, and then you pull it out of their hand, and then suddenly they don't have a 3 minion, and then they have to just use their hero power because they don't have anything else to do. That kind of thing would happen sometimes. So, like, thinning your opponent's hand and making them run out of stuff to do is one thing it could do, but it's very risky. Like, you could end up pulling things that could just lose you the game. Like, against Druid, you pull, like, Malygos, or against Paladin, you pull, like, Tyrion, or pull Ragnaros. Any of these things could, like, just completely lose you the game. But I think this card might actually be better in a control priest or a control style deck where instead of just playing on turn 2, it can actually be like an anti combo deck tool, if that makes sense. So say we're using this in Priest, for example. Priest's main weakness is that they get really destroyed by combo decks. So you're going to get wrecked by Malygos Druid, Malygos Rogue, that kind of thing. But you can actually use this card to pull Malygos out your opponent's hand, and then use whatever reactive cards you have, like your Entomb or whatever, to get rid of the Malygos. So you can actually stop people's combos with this card. Like, they can be hoarding, drawing loads of cards, getting loads of stuff in their hand. They'll play like their... Like, I'm just taking Malygos Druid, for example. They'll play their Arcane Giants. You use your Shadow of Death on their Arcane Giants. And then it kind of gets to a point where you're expecting Malygos to... You're on about 20-something health, but you're expecting Malygos to kill you, like, next turn or whatever. And then you can use this to pull the Malygos out their hand, and then entomb the Malygos, get rid of the Malygos, and then suddenly they don't have their combo, and then suddenly you just win the game. And this could be used for, like any kind of combo-style deck. Like, the fact it gets rid of Battle Cries as well. There is a lot of powerful Battle Cries in the deck at the moment. In the game, sorry, at the moment. So I can see this being used much more of a reactive kind of a control in a like control priest deck where you have a load of reactive cards. You have like Shadow of Pains, Shadow of Death, Entombs, so you can deal with any minion that you pull, kind of thing. I actually like the sound of this card more used like that, rather than just used on turn 2 and just hope they don't get something good. I mean, if you're against, like, Face Hunter, this could be good on turn 2. Like, you play this on turn 2, get a 2/6 taunt, which is difficult to deal with, and then they just get, like, a fiery bat or something, then that's great for you. Like, if you end up pulling a 1 or 2 mana minion, like, you're pretty happy with that. Yeah. I actually like this card, but I like it as a like a counter to combo decks. Yeah. I mean, against, like, Freeze Mage, you can pull Alexstrasza, so they don't get the Alexstrasza Battle Cry. Like, there's definitely cool stuff you can do with this card. Yeah, I like it a lot. A lot. Burghley Bully. 5 mana, 4/6. Whenever your opponent casts a spell, add a coin to your hand. So instantly you think, okay, what's this going to be good in? This could be good in Rogue. This could be good in Tempo Mage. Maybe like Token Druid with Violet Teachers and Arcane Giants as well. Like, you'd probably play this in a deck where you're playing like Arcane Giants, or in a Rogue deck where you're playing Gadgetzan. Would you play this in a Rogue deck? I think you would play this in a Rogue deck. Like, the coin is so good in Rogue. Rogue doesn't have that many good minions that they like playing in a kind of Miracle or Mali Rogue. Like, they play like Tomb Pillager, SI, Azure Drake, Gadgetzan, and that's pretty much it. I do like this card. I think I could see this card being played in Rogue. Because if your opponent has nothing on the board, then they're not going to be able to deal with this without using a spell. So, yeah, I like this card a lot. I'd definitely play this in Rogue. I'm not sure if I'd play it in Druid. Like, Druid has Druid of the Claw. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would play it in Druid. I'm not sure if I'd play it in Mage either. I probably would play it in Tempo Mage. I think maybe. Maybe I would play this in Tempo Mage. In Druid, the thing about Druid is that Druid has a lot of good 5-drops. Like, Mage and Rogue don't have so many good 5-drops. Like, they just play like a Azure Drake. Anything else is pretty slow. Whereas Druid has Druid of the Claw, you have Nourish, which are both really good 5-drops. And they have Azure Drake. Like, you're not going to play Azure Drake, Druid of the Claw, Burghley Bully, and Nourish. So there's probably very specific types of Druid decks that this could fit in, like Token Druid, where you're running Violet Teachers and lots of spells, and maybe Arcane Giants. And then you probably wouldn't be playing Druid of the Claw. Like, you'd probably play this. You'd play this over Druid of the Claw. You'd maybe play, like, 2 Azure Drakes, 2 Nourish, and 2 Burghley Bullies. I don't know. But yeah, Rogue is where I could see this being played the most. Maybe Tempo Mage as well. But yeah, I think it's a solid card. For sure. Fight Promoter. 6 mana, 4/4. Battle Cry. If you control a minion with 6 or more health, draw 2 cards. So, like, consider this the old Ancient of Lore, where it draws 7 mana, 5/5, draw 2 cards. Its effect is really good, but the question is, on turn 6, are you going to be having a minion with 6 or more health? It's probably going to be really difficult. Like, the decks that this is probably like mostly fit in are like Priest, have a lot of high health minions, or like Ramp Druid, where you have like Druid of the Claws, Arakoas, Ancient of Laws. You have a lot of high health taunts. So I could definitely see this being played of, maybe as a one-of. Like, maybe you'd play this in Reno Priest. Maybe you'd play one of these in Ramp Druid. Playing 2 of these in say, a Ramp Druid could be really bad, though, because a 6 mana 4/4 on its own is terrible. You have to get the Battle Cry off of this for it to be good. And to get the Battle Cry off, you have to have a minion with 6 or more health. So it's like, and with it being 6 mana, it's not like you can just play an Ancient of Law, Ancient of War, and then just play this. Like, you have to play the big taunt minion, and then play this the turn after, hope it survives, unless you're, like, doing innovates and stuff. So, it is pretty difficult to get the draw 2 cards from this. If you get the draw 2 cards, it's nuts. But it's pretty hard to have a minion with 6 or more health. One of the issues with Priest is card draw. So I think maybe like a high health, like maybe like a Inner Fire Priest with like the 2/6 minion and with Injured Blade Master. This could actually be really good in that kind of deck. I think that's the deck it's most likely to be in. But maybe Ramp Druid as well. But yeah, this card has very high potential, but it's very hard to get it off. Okay. Leatherclad Hog Leader. 6 mana, 6/6. Battlecry. If your opponent has 6 or more cards in hand, gain charge. 6 or more cards in hand. I mean, most decks probably wouldn't have 6 or more cards in their hand most of the time. I mean, maybe you'd play it in like a Mill Rogue or Mill Druid, where you put in cards in their hand and then you have a 6/6 charge, but then you don't really need a 6/6 charge in that kind of deck. So no, I don't think this card's very good. I mean, if it does have charge, a 6/6 charge is really strong, but I can't see it happening. Because I think it's not going to happen very often where you get the charge from it, so I really don't think it's worth it. Okay, I spoke about Patches and Wind Up. Patches is OP. Spoke about Fincher. I also think Fincher is OP. Auction Master Beardo. 3 mana, 3/4. After you cast a spell, refresh your hero power. Now, this is a really weird one. So it's refreshing your hero power. It's not... You're still going to have to spend the mana. You're still going to have to spend the mana to use your hero power. This could be interesting in a deck with... where's that card? Razor the Chained, where your hero power costs 0 mana. So you just use spells and then heal again. It could actually be used with Poisoned Blade. You know the rogue weapon, where whenever you use your hero power, it gains +1 attack. So you use a spell, you play a coin, and then you use your wet hero power, and the Poisoned Blade gets buffed. You use another coin, like gets buffed again. But you have to be spending a lot of mana to keep using that hero power. So it's a cool card, but if you're using this, like, your whole turn is just a few hero powers and maybe like a spell or two. Like a couple of spells and 3 hero powers. Like maybe Reno Priest is like the only kind of deck this would be in. I don't think you would play this in a rogue deck. I like it in a Reno Priest, but other than Reno Priest, I'm not sure. I don't see it working in anything else. Yeah, I mean, maybe some kind of Inspire Mage, but Inspire Mage just isn't very good. Maybe some kind of Inspire decks could be interesting, but I can't really see it happening. Yeah, I like the idea of this card, but I can't see it really being played, to be honest. Final card. For now. Madam Goya, 6 mana, 4/3, Battlecry, choose a friendly minion, swap it with a minion in your deck. Like, this just seems like a way worse Barnes to me. So, firstly with Barnes, you don't have to have anything on the board. With this card, firstly you have to have something on the board. Secondly, you want the minion that you have on the board to be weak. You don't want to be getting rid of a strong minion on your board for a weak minion, for a random minion in your deck. Like, you want to be getting rid of something weak, like, which is why initially I thought maybe it could be in Paladin or Shaman, because their hero power creates tokens, so you use this on a token and then pull something. Like, say you're in Paladin, you use it on a 1/1 dude, and then you pull Tyrion out your deck. Like, that kind of thing's insane, but that's going to be very, very difficult to pull off. Firstly, you have to have a 1/1 that's going to stick to the board. Secondly, you have to be so lucky that you get Tyrion. Like, the fact that it's a random minion as well, like, you're going to have lots of decks that are good to pull. So it's going to be similar to Barnes, where you want to have things like either big minions, like, you don't want Battlecry minions. You want things like Tyrion, Ragnaros, Death Rattle minions. I mean, things like Soggoth would also be insane, but, like, the fact that you get the minions full stats are really good. Like, would you use this on turn 8? Like, you hero power and use this on turn 8? You're gonna have to have so many big minions in this deck for it to be worth playing. Like, I can see it much more of a turn 8 card in Shaman or Paladin, where you use your hero power and then use this on your 1/1 dude or on your totem, and then you pull a minion. But you're gonna be pulling, like, you're spending 8 mana already, so you better be getting something good. Like, better be getting a Tyrion or a Raglight Lord or something like that. And then if you get a Tyrion, it's like, okay, you get Tyrion and you get a free 4/3. Like, that's not even very good. Like, I feel like it's only good if you're getting it actually on turn 6. Like, if you're using it on turn 8, it's probably not even that good, because you'd rather just play the 8 minion than play a 4/3 and hope to get something amazing. So yeah, I don't think this card is that good. I mean, it does have one benefit of, like, you put the minion in your deck. So if you have a cool Battlecry minion, so say you play the, let's pick a random Battlecry minion. You play Don Han Cho on turn 7, give a random minion in your hand +5/+5, and then on turn 8, you put Don Han Cho back in your deck. Well, you trade him into something, but he survives, and then you send it back into your deck. And so you can give something else +5/+5 later. It's just so greedy, though. It's so greedy. Like, this card will have very... Yeah, I just can't see this card being played. Like, there's things it could do that are insane, but I can't see it being good enough to play. Yeah. Okay, well, that's the end of my second part of my review. Really, really excited. Can't wait for the expansion. I'm going to make all kinds of new decks. I can't wait. I'll have another review coming soon when all the cards are out. Maybe I'll do it in 1 or 2 parts, I'm not sure. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and catch you next time.